Victoria checked the invitation one more time. The Seaside Grand Hotel. 2 o'clock. Her cousin Maria's wedding. She smoothed down her burgundy dress and looked at her twins. Emma in her pale blue flower girl dress, hair braided with tiny white flowers. Lucas in his tan suspenders and white shirt, both of them 7 years old, both holding her hands tightly. They rarely got to dress up like this. Money was always tight, working double shifts at the diner, making sure they had what they needed. But today was special, a family celebration, a chance to feel normal again. The hotel lobby was magnificent, marble floors, crystal chandeliers. Victoria fell out of place, but the kids were mesmerized. "Mommy, it's like a castle." Emma whispered, "It is, sweetheart." Victoria said, "Now remember your manners. Stay close to me." They followed the signs pointing to the terrace. Outdoor ceremony. The view must be beautiful. As they walked down a long corridor, Victoria noticed how quiet it seemed. Maybe they were early. The double doors opened to a stunning vista. White chairs arranged in perfect rows. A heart-shaped arch covered in roses and greenery. The ocean stretching endlessly behind it. But something felt wrong. Victoria scanned the crowd. She did not recognize anyone. Not her aunt, not her uncle, not a single familiar face. These people were dressed far more elegantly than she expected. Designer suits, couture dresses, diamonds catching the afternoon light. Emma tugged her hand. "Mommy, I don't see Aunt Maria." Victoria's stomach dropped. She pulled out the invitation again. Read it more carefully this time. The Seaside Grand Hotel. Ballroom B. They were in Ballroom A. Wrong venue. Wrong wedding. "Oh no," she whispered. "We need to go." But before she could turn around, a coordinator in a headset rushed over. "There you are," the woman said breathlessly. "We have been waiting. You are late. The children need to get into position. I think there has been a mistake." Victoria started. "No mistake," the woman insisted. "You are the flower girl and ring bearer, right?" She looked at Emma and Lucas. Before Victoria could explain, the woman was ushering them forward, handing Emma a basket of rose petals, clipping a small pillow with rings to Lucas's suspenders. "Wait, please," Victoria protested. But music began to play. The guests stood, turned toward the entrance. The coordinator gave Emma a gentle push. "Go, sweetheart. Walk slowly. Scatter the petals." Emma looked back at Victoria with wide eyes. Victoria nodded helplessly. It was too late to stop this now. Emma began walking. Lucas followed, both of them moving down the pink carpet, toward the heart-shaped arch, toward the groom, who stood waiting, tall, dark suit, handsome in that way successful men often are, confident posture. But as the twins approached, Victoria saw his expression change. He went completely still. His face drained of color. He stared at Lucas, then at Emma, then back at Lucas, as if he were seeing ghosts. The officiant whispered something to him. The groom did not respond, could not seem to look away from the children. Victoria's heart raced. Something was very wrong. The music continued. Emma reached the arch, scattered the last petals. Lucas stood beside her, holding the ring pillow proudly. The groom knelt down, brought himself to eye level with Lucas. The resemblance hit Victoria like a physical blow. The same dark hair, the same strong jawline, the same deep brown eyes. Lucas could have been this man's son. The groom's hand trembled as he reached out, almost touched Lucas's face, then pulled back. "Who are you?" he asked quietly, his voice barely audible. "Lucas," the boy answered. "I am 7. I am here with my mom and my sister." The groom looked at Emma. The same age. He said, "It was not a question." "Twins." "Yes, sir," Emma said politely. The groom stood slowly, scanned the crowd. His eyes found Victoria, standing frozen at the back, their gazes locked. Recognition flashed across his face. Disbelief. Then something else. Understanding, perhaps. Or memory. He walked toward her. Guests murmured. Confused. The bride had not even appeared yet. "Victoria," he said. It was not a question. He knew her name. She stared at him. Search her memory. Then it hit her. 8 years ago. A business conference in Chicago. She had been waitressing at the hotel. He had been charming. Kind. They talked for hours after her shift. One night, one beautiful, impossible night, he said he was leaving for London the next day. A job opportunity he could not refuse. She never told him, never could find him, did not even know his last name until now, when she saw it printed on the wedding program someone dropped. James Whitmore, tech billionaire, engaged to Christine Ashford, heiress. James. She whispered, "These are—" He could not finish. Victoria nodded, her throat tight. "Yours." The word hung in the air. James looked back at the twins, who stood by the arch, confused, waiting. 8 years, he said. "You never told me. I did not know how to find you." Victoria's voice broke. "You said you were leaving. You had a whole life ahead of you. I did not want to trap you. Trap me." James's eyes filled. "You gave me children. A family. How could you think I would not want to know? Because people like you do not end up with people like me." Victoria said, "I am a waitress, James. A single mom barely making rent. You are." She gestured around. "This—" James shook his head. "None of this matters." He looked back at Emma and Lucas. "They matter. What are their names?" "Emma and Lucas," Victoria said. "After my grandparents." The music had stopped. Guests were whispering. The wedding coordinator looked panicked. James walked back to the arch. To the children, he knelt again. "Emma Lucas," he said gently, "I am very happy to meet you. Would you like to meet me too?" Emma tilted her head. "Are you getting married?" she asked. "I was supposed to." James said honestly, "But something very important just happened." "What?" Lucas asked. "I just found out I have a family." James said, "And family is more important than anything." He stood, turned to the officiant. "I am sorry," he said clearly, "for everyone. But I cannot do this. Not now. Not knowing what I know." Gasps rippled through the crowd. The bride appeared at the entrance, took one look at the scene, at James with the twins, at Victoria in her simple dress. Christine was no fool. She understood immediately. She walked forward with dignity, stopped beside James. "Those children," she said quietly, "are they yours?" James nodded. "I just found out." Christine looked at Emma and Lucas, then at Victoria. She took a deep breath. "Then you need to go to them," she said, her voice steady despite the tears in her eyes. "This is not how I imagined today ending, but I will not marry a man whose heart is somewhere else." James took her hand, squeezed it gently. "You deserve someone who is completely yours." She nodded. "So, do you—" He turned back to Victoria. The twins ran to her, buried their faces in her dress. James approached slowly. "I have missed 8 years," he said. "I do not want to miss another day." Victoria wiped her eyes. "This is insane." "Maybe," James agreed, "but some of the best things are." He looked at Emma and Lucas. "Can I take you to lunch? All of you. We have a lot to talk about." Victoria hesitated, then nodded. Lucas looked up at James. Are you really our dad? Yes, James said, his voice thick with emotion. I am, and I am very sorry I was not there before. But I am here now. If you will let me be. Emma reached out, took James's hand. Okay, she said simply. Children have a way of accepting what adults struggle with. They left the terrace together, the guests staring, the coordinator in shock. But James did not look back. He held Emma's hand, walked beside Victoria and Lucas, out of one life, into another, later, at a quiet restaurant away from the chaos. James learned everything. How Victoria struggled alone,